Hello, everyone, and thank you for tuning in. Today, we're going to be looking at Ethereum against Bitcoin. So, we're looking at the valuation against Bitcoin. If you do like this video and the other videos that I make on this channel, be sure to hit the like button down below, as well as also consider subscribing. Ethereum, you could say, is quote unquote on life support. It hasn't been doing very well. It's had some pretty rough weeks. However, we have said that we still have high hopes. My uh, my projection or what I think Ethereum will do still hasn't changed. What we're here to look at first is I'll put up the drawings here. Mind the percentage price changes. Here, let's look at the white line. Something not significant, but I thought was interesting. We're currently at the price here where we've made contact as support and resistance in the past. Most recently, here is support. It brought the price back up. You can argue this period right here acted as resistance. And before that, you have here in 2019, December of 2018, September of 2018. We make a lot of contact with this line here. So again, nothing to go all in with. Something interesting to look at. The price can easily come down. I mean, there are some lines that are more significant than others. Most of them are all, arbitrary. Can go either way. It can help you look at the chart in a different perspective, if that helps. However, we know that lines don't have to basically mean anything. I mean, $20,000 was supposed to be the line that would be a huge battle that would be around this line for a long time. But I mean, it took 3 weeks of flirting around with it until it broke right through. Like our fight of $6,000 was longer than this. So it kind of puts things into perspective and kind of makes you uh, discount a little, like take lines with a grain of salt, essentially. What I mainly wanted to talk to you guys about today with Ethereum is that in my one of my videos, I talked about the performance of altcoins against the US dollar within Q1. And we noticed that on average, and especially in bull markets, altcoins do very well in Q1. Now, I wanted us to look at that in the perspective of Ethereum against Bitcoin. So, not against the US dollar, but in Q1, does Ethereum outpace Bitcoin? And so here we have the Ethereum Bitcoin chart I have from week of Jan 1st to the end of March for the last 5 years. And we noticed that it on average does pretty well. The most recent one was 13%. If you held, note that you could have sold earlier and netted a higher return. But for the sake of, let's say, we are holding it for 3 months, no more, no less, it would have netted you 13.25%. The previous year in 2019, it would have lost you 14%. This one's the funniest one. In 2018, this is during the altcoin boom when Bitcoin made its new all-time high at $20,000. Altcoins were going crazy. However, if you bought the week of January 1st and sold the last week of March, it would really only net about a 6% return. Note, you could have sold at the top here in the middle at the end of January, and you would have netted a much higher return. To be specific, you could have netted 129% return against Bitcoin. Let's keep moving back. 2017. So, week of Jan 1st, 2017, sold at the end of March. You were looking at 453% move, and prior to that, 1152. So, on average, not too bad. And if we even break it down to when Bitcoin was in a bull or bear market, you'll notice that in bull markets, Ethereum performs very well in Q1 of the year. And so this is what we normally I am expecting for Q1 of Ethereum. Now, let's look at it even further. You notice here, for example, in 2019, that Ethereum pumped from 0.026 to about 0.037 Bitcoin in December, not in Q1. So it shows that it is possible that the rally could happen earlier. Um, and we could also see that with, say, 2015, 2016, where in December it started to bottom out and move up. And it was in the first week of January where you see these really big green weekly candles. 2018 would have been the same thing. You saw in the month of December, it was a very good December for Ethereum, where we hit this, coincidentally, we hit this line that I drawn out here and came up 100% against Bitcoin prior to Q1, or you could say in lieu of Q1. So we do see some differences, but in general, we see that on average, Q1 is a very good performer, and you could start accumulating in December. That's what I was doing. I had my position ready in December in case, we saw an early rally, or even if it was a later rally, I still at least have the position that I want to go into it already. And what we also notice, okay, something that we notice is that we see a downtrend preceding each one. Okay, and it's a pretty bad one. You can argue even this was the downtrend, and then the rally came earlier. With here, in 2019, again, because the rally came earlier, you could see that the downtrend happened earlier. This one's not as clear because it goes up and then down, but there's a general downtrend here. And where are we right now? Well, we're in this evident downtrend right now. So we see that preceding every Q1, there is a big drop, somewhat relatively big drop in lieu of Q1. Or we could say Q4 of the previous year, Ethereum tends to bleed against Bitcoin. And so that's what we're experiencing right now. This is something that we're looking at. This is something that'd be quite interesting to see. It also work out with bouncing off the line, so to speak. We're in the middle of December, we're 3/4 into December. So we're almost into Q1. Again, it's not that far away. And time's a ticket. But this is something that I wanted us to look at today. It's something that we'll be looking at into Q1. So be prepared to see a lot more analysis on, how is this playing out? How are other altcoins going to play out in Q1? Because we also saw it with the total cryptocurrency market cap, excluding Bitcoin. We saw a good performance from altcoins in Q1. So we'll see how that goes. Thank you all for watching, you guys. Take care. Bye.